Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Welcome to Studio Chatter. Thanksgiving is coming soon and we turn our hearts to serving others.
I'm Stacy Beck. We'll talk with Chad Argyle as he finishes his service as a city councilman.
I'm Angie Murphy. We'll talk about other ways that we can serve our neighbors and the world around us.
And we'll share an easy pumpkin pie treat. All that and more coming up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. So,
It's been a little while.
yes. Yeah.
Last time we filmed it was our birthday, and I feel like we missed our whole catching up moments.
We sure did. We had a lot going on, but it was fun. How many years did we decide for me? 7 for all of us, right?
4?
4?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So did you buy yourself a treat at Pinner's?
Yes, and in fact, I got some piercings.
Oh,
Pinner's.
wow.
Right?
Okay.
I've wanted to do it for a little bit, but haven't. And then I got up there, and like you're in the moment, and me and Mackenzie, Mallory has had them before, which we thought they were darling. And then we just got swept up and we're like, let's do it. So Pierce by Mac, they're
Okay.
absolutely darling. 2 girls that started. She is from Spanish Fork, which
What's her
is
name?
super
Do you know?
awesome. I don't know her last name. I've got to look more into it, but she wants to come visit us on
Okay.
the show. Really successful. A whole bunch of women, just, yeah, really awesome business.
So I really am interested about that though. So is there anything unique to their specific piercings? I mean, the photo that you showed looked very posh, very
They
elite.
felt that way, Natasha. Like there was a couple other ones that were doing piercings up there, but just their booth, they had music playing. All the girls were in the same kind of vibe.
Okay.
Just really, they had their whole line of jewelry.
Okay.
So these are from them. Everything's like hypoallergenic. They're just, I don't know.
So it's
cool.
piercing, but it's just
Yeah.
exclusive
Yeah.
Yeah,
piercing.
just cool, right?
Okay.
It's kind of like the new hip thing right now, and all of them had different kinds and
Okay.
everything. But I saw Roxanne up there, said hi to her, and it was really fun. She said that Big Buddha had been up there, and
Oh,
I
wow.
said Studio Chatter needs to come next time.
Oh,
do some
that's true.
interviews. That'd be fun.
That's
Well,
crazy
let's
because
go.
I usually
Let's
go
have a
every year, and I
girls'
did not
trip.
go this year.
Yeah, it was
Did you?
Oh, in heavens, no. All I do is drive and pay. Like that's my era.
Well, you drove to Pinner's and paid and
Yeah.
bought a lot of things.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
You're driving kids everywhere.
Yes, I am in the tween era.
Yeah, you are.
That's a
Please,
tricky,
yes.
tricky but fun.
Please Venmo, please Uber. That's pretty much what we do. But we did, so that was the production of Nutcracker
Already?
for Devotion. Mhm.
Yes, where at?
So they performed at Covey, at the Covey Center.
Okay.
So that was,
I need to know next time. Tell us in advance.
Okay.
I would love to come.
I thought I did.
You maybe did.
I don't
put it
remember
down.
either.
Because it always seems really, really early for
It
us
does.
as well. And
Yeah.
so then it's just time to, I mean, now I'm like into the season. So
They
I'm
just
ready.
kicked it off for you?
Yes, totally.
How many nights do they perform?
One.
Oh.
So they,
That's a lot of work.
So
for
they do
one night.
2 performances actually in one day. So there was a
Oh,
matinee
okay.
performance and then the evening performance, and then Devotion the night before did the Grinch program. So all of her recital teams did all of their, like Cindy Lou Who, the Grinch, that whole production the night before. It was adorable. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So much work. I mean,
Put it on your calendar to tell us maybe
Oh,
in
yes,
advance.
there
we
you
can
go.
Put it on ours.
Yep.
Yeah.
you sound like my parents.
This is what I do
Yes,
to my kids.
you need to share out the calendar. So, and then we're almost to youth football and cheer playoffs. So we're going to Mesquite for that, and then I think we're going to be out of the cheer era for a minute, and then dance.
skiing and
And,
dance.
yes, so we're
I don't know how
crazy.
she's done cheer, skating, and dance.
I don't either. It's
But if she loves it all,
yeah,
then
she's
you can
managed.
manage it.
She's doing really, really well, and
She's like her
had
mom.
had a 4.0 to boot. So
She got her first report card then.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh.
So that's what we said that too. We said if anything, in school is falling behind, but we manage. It's great. It's time management. So.
Oh, good
Good.
for you.
Yes.
What about you,
Yes,
sweetie?
yes.
You've been busy.
You've been gone too.
Ooh, it's been a traveling. Yeah, last week I ran down to Disneyland.
Oh,
My daughter said, "Do you want to come down with Lincoln and I for a day?" They had
Yes.
tickets that they needed to use before they expired, and so we went. So we flew in Wednesday night, went to Disneyland all day, 14 hours with a
I love that.
5-year-old.
And how did you-
Wow.
awesome. But it was funny in the park by evening. You can just see kids throwing temper tantrums and they're just screaming and crying and their parents are trying to comfort them. They
It's not the
can't.
happiest place on earth.
No,
at
they
that
can't
point.
say, I am so dang tired. Let's go back to the hotel.
Oh my
But yeah,
gosh, how
Lincoln
fun,
did great.
though.
We got there
Yeah.
about 7:40 a.m. and we left at 10
That
and
is
flew
so
home the
fun.
next day.
You did?
Yeah.
That's the best.
It was really fun.
We're going for my birthday, for my 50th.
Are you? Or
Yep.
just you and Rhett or the whole family?
No, kind of the whole family. Tay will stay home with a couple of the kids.
Okay.
And Mal will be due within like 4 weeks. Yeah.
Mal's pregnant?
Yes. Mallory Murphy Nelson.
Did
is
you know
pregnant.
this?
Oh.
She's due in January?
She's due in February. February 21st with her 4th.
Did we know
Right?
that?
No.
I don't
She
know.
didn't maybe post it to the world. She just kind of slipped it out there. But yes,
Well, and Grandma didn't even, what is she having?
she's not telling anyone. She doesn't even know. They're not
Oh.
finding out the gender till the day of.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, it's the 4th. I have some of each. I'm just going to roll with it and see what
Okay.
happens.
So she is going to Disneyland?
She is going to go, and Taylor's like, just go and have a fun getaway with you and Noli. And so me,
Okay.
Red, Bo, Kinsey's whole family, and those two. So we're going to
Okay.
go down for like 3 days.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun 50th.
It is. It's the happiest place on earth, right? But we're just going to take it easy. 3 days to just kind of ramble through. And
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, good.
So,
That sounds
there we
awesome.
go.
What number is
Love
this
that.
for you?
50. Oh,
No,
grandbaby.
grandbaby.
7. I was like 50 is Stacy.
Uh-huh. 50.
We're not to senior moments yet, please.
Number 7 as of now.
Okay.
Wow, that's awesome.
I guess I don't know if I announced last time I did have my 5th grandbaby.
We didn't talk about
We didn't
it,
talk
though.
about that, yeah, in
No.
October.
And how are they doing?
They've been sick for 2 weeks, the whole family.
Oh,
And she's maybe 4 weeks old.
That's
They got a bug and it's not leaving, so that's too bad.
Yeah. It's been going around. I mean, I have a little cold today.
I was just going to say, I think that maybe we should add that to our list because I think we're kind of in that season too, like pre-flu season, not pre, but booster shots for COVID.
Have you guys got your flu shots?
No.
Yes,
Yeah, and do you do booster shots for COVID?
yes, but I haven't done that yet either.
Okay, do you? Or do we not talk? We won't even talk about that. Okay, we're done.
We're gonna
No
just
COVID talk.
transition and move right into our great show coming up. Don't go anywhere. Few organizations can boast about its service record, both locally and internationally. Let's learn more about the Rotary Club. Welcome Tyler Mendenhall, this year's club president, to the table.
Tyler's in the house.
Happy to be here.
You've got a vibe.
Oh, do I? That's great.
Tyler, tell us
Yes.
about you and your family. Let's start off with who Tyler Mendenhall is.
Not that exciting. No.
Oh, really? Who booked this guy?
Very exciting. No. Married to the beautiful Amanda Mendenhall. She is from Benjamin, and I'm sorry, I am not a Spanish Fork resident. We do live in
In
Benjamin.
Benjamin. I mean, those are our close
part of
neighbors,
Don't
and we
tell
love
anybody.
them.
Hey, our kids come to Spanish Fork
Yes.
schools. They're enrolled.
You shop here. You
We're
spend your
all
tax
over the
dollars
place.
here. We love you.
You're leading
Absolutely.
Okay.
us.
That's true.
Absolutely. Been married to her for 17 years. We have 4 beautiful kids. Lydia, she's 14. JT is 11. Porter is 5. And our baby Charlie is 2.5, almost
He's
3.
so
Oh my
cute.
goodness.
So,
You're in an era for
Yeah,
sure. You're
yeah.
doing a lot of driving
Yeah,
and a lot of.
we're having a great time.
Where do you work?
I am with Central Bank. I'm a mortgage lender. I have been in that industry for 18 years.
Okay.
And been with Central Bank for 10 years and love it. Right now, rates are a little bit funky.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard to
Yeah.
be too crazy out there with mortgages right now. But we're there to service the needs of the community. I've been on Main Street for a long time. Working
Awesome.
with businesses and families. So.
So awesome. Okay, so for those of us that don't know a bunch about Rotary, tell us what you guys do.
All right. So the Rotary Club, it's a conglomerate of individuals and businesses from all over that just want to be part of something, serving somebody else. Just like maybe the local Chamber of Commerce and other entities around the city, the Rotary Club is just another service entity. We spend a lot of time, we'll meet together and plan each and every month ways that we can serve the community. We have done So I do want to reiterate our four-way test. The Rotary Club is proud that every decision that we make, every plan that we set foot forward with, we have a four-way test. And it's four simple rules. It's one, is it the truth? Two, is it fair to all concerned? Three, does it build goodwill and friendships? And four, is it beneficial to all concerned? And so if it doesn't meet that four-way criteria, we're not that interested in it. When we do seem to put that four-way test into plan, it seems to create some pretty fun activities that we can be a part of. And so as a club, we meet together generally down at Macy's every first and third Tuesday of the month right now. And we'll generally have a speaker come and meet with us, some other professional in an industry that can come and teach us about other awesome avenues out there in the city or the region. And then we'll have kind of a planning session as well, where we can get together and make sure that our last activities were great and beneficial, and to look forward to what we're doing going
Will
forward.
you kind of go over like a year in review of what things where do you serve and what things do you donate to?
Sure. So there are a number of things, and I've got a list because I didn't want to kind of
Nice.
Yeah.
forget any, but I know I'll probably forget one.
Nah.
We do a lot with Tabitha's Way. We'll donate there. We'll donate our time, our efforts, anything that they need there. We have a great relationship with Nebo School District, and actually tomorrow for our first meeting of November, we're doing our annual dictionary donation, where we've gotten a lot of businesses involved over the years where they'll donate some money. We'll get dictionaries and go to certain select schools around the district and donate those dictionaries to students that are.
Is it to a grade specific or just any student?
Generally, it's, I don't know for
Oh,
sure,
okay.
but generally in the past it's been third and fourth
Okay.
grade. Yeah, so in that region. We'll also do some work with the Dragon's Pantry down at Landmark High School,
Yeah.
where we'll again get businesses organized together to do food donations and any other kind of for the holidays. That's something that we
Yeah.
do in December
Okay.
that will help through the holidays with there. Another big one is we'll get in coordination with the Chamber of Commerce every year and do a golf tournament up at the Oaks in May, where anybody can be involved, all teams, all business owners, individuals, whoever wants to be involved. We invite everybody to come sign up for that. Your donation for that helps to donate scholarships to students that are graduating high school. And year in and year out, we've been able to donate to all the local high schools, Maple Mountain, Spanish Fork, Salem, Landmark, ALA even. I believe that's it, but
My daughter was the recipient of one of those scholarships
Yeah.
after she graduated.
awesome.
So helpful.
So it was worth it.
So worth it.
Great.
Yeah. And one year when I was a member of the chamber, because it's, Rotary and Chamber, I was able to read through the applications of scholarships.
Yeah.
Have you had the chance to do that?
I have.
That
It's-
is fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And to see the vision with kids in their applications and what they're looking to do, it's pretty impressive.
It is.
And so we try to do as many scholarships as we can each and every year. And we've been able to donate literally tens of thousands of dollars in scholarships over the last
Oh,
recent years.
definitely.
Is it just businesses that are in Spanish Fork? Is that who's a member of our Rotary Club?
It can come from anywhere. There are other local clubs. Springville has a club. I know there's other clubs up north. Spanish Fork tends to take in kind of the Salem area as well. And really anybody that wants to be part of a certain club can be. You don't have to be in that region to just be part of the club.
And you don't even have to be a business. You can just be.
No.
Okay, I was going to ask
Yeah.
that. So it can
Just
be an
a-
individual.
You have a cute older couple here in town, the Payne.
Yes.
Who used to be super involved in the
Yes.
community, but now they're still engaged
Yep.
through the Rotary.
Ron and Karen Payne, they are some of the pillars of the Rotary Club. They are examples of service in the community. And they are faithful at our meetings all the time and are examples to me on what it means to be a good citizen.
Yeah, and just their institutional knowledge of things that have
absolutely.
happened in town. They can go back decades and say, hey, this didn't work, let's not do this, or let's try this.
I
So
love that. That
Absolutely.
history is so important moving forward.
One of the things that they do is just another kind of project that the Rotary Club has done. Every year we try to pick a certain project that we will donate some grant money to and kind of do. And some of it has been like installing a bench at the Sierra Bonita Park. We have planted trees around the town. And then another thing that we've done recently is a library, a little book library to go where up at the North Park by Costco, a lending library.
Yes.
Right?
cute.
You can go and take a book and leave a book. And Ron and Karen Payne have been kind of over that to see that through. And
how's it gone?
Really, really well.
Oh,
the little store is always full of good books. Karen does a great job of making sure that that's the case. But there is
The
always,
librarian.
Yeah.
she is so wonderful. But it's been a benefit to the community. We've seen several people interested in that as they're at the park and they see a book and know what the project is. So it's fun.
When the members come to the meeting, are those the ones that pose like what the next project is going to be, or where you're going to spend your money or spend your time?
Yeah, so the Rotary Club is made up of a board, right? You have myself as the president, and then there are board chairmen. Some are over membership, some are over service, some are over the treasury, kind of tracking the finances, stuff like that. And between the board itself and then planning meetings, we get collaborative ideas all the time on where should we spend our efforts, where should we
And
go.
really quick, you're international. Is it an international?
So Rotary, the Spanish Fork Rotary Club is obviously right here local. Then we are part of a district that incorporates practically Utah. And then Rotary International, the Rotary Club itself, the entity Rotary is international. It's all over the world. And right now the international president, his name is slipping my mind, but he is from Ireland. He's a really cool guy. I watched a video, loved his accent. It was way cool.
Awesome.
But that's one other project that we did earlier this year. We organized with a local individual. She had a contact in Africa where we gathered much needed school supplies. Very simple things from pencils and erasers and some hygiene kit items. And we packaged them together, and through this lady's contact in Africa, got them to Nairobi. And they were able to benefit hundreds of kids there for their schooling
Awesome.
needs.
It's like local with the library and then going international.
Okay,
You
I
guys
know
are
our
awesome.
time's up.
Yeah,
but
believe it or not, we're out of time.
But I want to ask real fast. I know our time's up, but is there anything you need right now, like for the holidays, that you guys are looking for, or?
Just involvement.
Okay.
If anybody wants to be involved,
Okay.
we invite anybody to be part of it.
And that was
And
the final
contact you
question.
at
Yeah, how do we get
Central Bank.
involved?
Yeah, sure. You can contact me down at Central Bank, wherever you want. Come to our meetings every first and third Tuesday of the month. Anybody can be a part.
Just at Macy's.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tyler, for
All right.
joining
All
us.
right.
Thank you.
you. There is a genetic disease that affects the lungs and liver. It strikes all cultures but tends to target those with Northern European backgrounds. It's called Alpha-1. To learn more, let's welcome Craig Hamilton from the Alpha-1 Foundation to the table. Welcome.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, everyone.
Well, to kick everything off here, tell us about you. We want to know about you.
Well, I'm a lifetime Spanish Farker, born and raised, graduated
What year?
a long time
Long
ago.
time. Oh, no year. What about all of our viewers? They're going to be like, I know Craig. I went to
Yeah.
school with him.
1973. So it was our
awesome.
50-year reunion this year.
Awesome.
Was it really?
And there were a lot of my classmates that came up to me and said, "Hey, what's with the oxygen? You've never had oxygen." And that's where I started explaining to everyone
What it is?
what I have.
Okay.
So do explain what is, it's Alpha 1, correct?
Yes.
That you have?
I am an alpha. I know I don't look like an alpha,
You.
but growing up, I was just fine. I had no idea that I had any kind of condition whatsoever. I played sports. I hunted. I went hiking in high altitudes. I was a scuba diver.
Oh, wow.
So very active man.
Yeah, very active. I had no restrictions
Okay.
whatsoever. But about the time I got to be about 45 to 50, I started getting sick quite often. I'd get pneumonia 3, 4, 5 times a year.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
And I could tell that I was just starting to get weaker and weaker. My wife had passed around that time, and about a year and a half later, I got remarried, and my current wife, Melanie, was in the supplement industry.
Okay.
And we lovingly call her the witch doctor. But she was trying to figure out, hey, how do I keep this guy
Right.
healthy? And man, it was a struggle. And so I started to go to different pulmonologists to try to find out, hey, what's going on? And a couple of them told me I had sleep apnea. I didn't really care about that. I wanted to know why I kept getting pneumonia.
Right.
And finally, I went to one over in Provo, and he said, "Have you ever been tested for Alpha 1?" And I said, "No, what's that, a dog?" And he said, "No, that's a genetic condition." And so he tested me that day, and a week later, I found out that I was an alpha. And that's short for Alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency, which is what I have.
How does one get tested? Is it a blood draw? Is it a breathing test maybe? I mean, it would be probably different than what we would.
Well, testing is very easy.
Okay.
It's a finger prick,
Okay.
and you put some daubs of blood on a paper and you send it in.
Oh,
And shortly thereafter, you're notified whether you're
okay.
an alpha
So
or not.
explain a little bit what then Alpha 1 entails for you.
Okay, well, Alpha 1, like I say, it's a genetic condition. You get half your genetic makeup from your mother and half from your father. And there's one of the genes is called serapina-1, and serapina-1, it instructs your liver how to make a protein called antitrypsin. And in the case of an alpha, you have two bad genes. Both of the serapina genes have a mutation. So I luckily got both of those bad genes from my parents. My father was a carrier of the gene. He didn't have Alpha 1 like me. He didn't have both bad genes, he had one. my mother the same. So there was neither one of them had any illness or any indication that they had anything wrong with them. In that case where two parents are carriers of the gene, there's a 1 in 4 chance that one of the children will get both of the bad genes.
And are you the only child that got it?
I'm the only one that got
Okay.
it out of 4.
So does it affect the lungs? Obviously, we see that you have air that you're using, oxygen.
Yeah, it's actually a liver condition
Okay.
which affects the lungs. When you have alpha-1, your liver produces the antitrypsin, but it can't get out. It's not formed properly, and so it can't get out of the liver. And antitrypsin is used in your blood, in your tissues, to protect your for injury when you get infection or when you get foreign matter in your lungs, particularly in your lungs because they're the most susceptible organ of your body. If it's not present, then
You're going to get sick.
and your good lung tissue gets destroyed by white blood cells when they go to clean up.
So slowly it was happening to you, right? And it
Yes.
wasn't until you're symptomatic that you knew
Right.
something was wrong.
It was slowly happening, and then all of a sudden it took off. And I know that if I hadn't gotten diagnosed, I wouldn't be here today.
Wow.
So as part of, your work with the foundation, what does a cure look like or an outcome maybe even for you?
Well, right now there is no cure for alpha-1,
Okay.
and it is a progressive condition. So it is a life-ending condition. Some people are more liver affected, and if they're liver affected, they become jaundice, they get liver disease, and they can get a liver transplant. Some have what they call paniculitis, which is a skin condition. They get bumps and sores on their skin, and a very large portion of the alphas have the lung problem that I have.
Craig, I wanted to ask you, because when Grifols opened up several years ago, Grifols here on Main Street, the Plasma Center, can you take like a quick second and just tell us how does a plasma center help your life?
Okay, so I'm lacking antitrypsin, and the only way I can get antitrypsin is from a weekly infusion, and it's antitrypsin that's derived from humans. It takes 900 donors to provide me with enough antitrypsin for a year.
Isn't that crazy? 900.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's
What,
like
full blood transfusion? Is that what's going on, or plasma?
no. So it's like 17 or 18 donors per week.
Okay.
So what happens is a nurse comes and gives me an infusion of antitrypsin that has been
Pulled from the
pulled
blood.
from the plasma
Wow.
donations.
I had no idea that was part of our Grifols.
Right, but I think that's like a big plug for Grifols here locally.
Yes.
If people just saying, like,
And not
by
just
donating
Yeah.
plasma, you're saving lives
Right.
on
Absolutely.
a
So
high level.
a couple of things here really quickly because we're going to run out of time, but obviously that's making an impact, and also you're making an impact. So your foundation is putting on a couple of events. Do you want to tell us about those, please?
The foundation, even though there isn't currently no cure, the foundation is determined to find a cure. And there are a lot of smart people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are, as alphas, we're encouraged to participate in fundraising for a cure
That's awesome.
for research. And so we are doing an event on November the 18th down at the Spanish Fort Fairgrounds at the Ponderosa facility. We're going to have a band. That's why our event is called Rocks, Utah Rocks for Alpha One.
Okay. And when you said November 18th, it's 5 to 9 p.m., so it's that evening.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
5 to 9. Like I say, we'll have a rock band. We'll also have a big raffle. There'll be a food truck on site, and there'll be some education on alpha and what
Okay.
it is, and we need to get the word out so people who have this condition don't end up like me.
Okay, so they can go to the Facebook page, which is
Yeah.
Utah Rocks for Alpha-1. Right,
Yeah.
that's the Facebook page, and they
Right.
can buy tickets there,
Yes,
or we can just show up that night.
that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
And if we can't go that night, we can make a donation.
yes,
And probably just go to that Facebook page and message you and say, what can we do to donate?
that's correct. Yeah,
Oh, we're out of time. We could
Yes.
spend like another.
Yes.
The education
Yeah.
was
Episode
huge
with
for
you.
me. Thank you.
Thanksgiving and pumpkin pie. These two things just go together, but have you tried a crustless pumpkin pie? Our own Angela Euler has a recipe for us, and we're ready to try it out.
Boy, are we ready.
They
We're
can smell it.
willing.
Yeah, you can
so
smell it. If you only make it as a smell to smell your house up,
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
very
a win.
true.
Okay.
You're invited.
But we would
You can
like
come
to
over to
eat
my
it.
house.
But it tastes equally as good as it smells.
So should we be
coming and
eating it
baking.
while you tell
Yes.
us how to make it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll decide.
Okay.
You should, and there's some real whipping cream.
I'm always dishing. I
Actually-
don't want to dish.
Okay.
Do you want me to dish?
Well, she's
I'll dish.
talking.
Dish while you talk.
Oh,
Okay.
That's what I did as a little girl,
Okay,
just like.
so-
is it?
Tell us
I
a
didn't
little
really
bit
like the
about the
lid.
recipe as you're dishing.
Here, I'll just.
Okay, we're all about easy. I am not a professional cook, but I like good food.
Yes.
I'm all about good food that's easy for all you normal cooks out there.
Okay.
My mom used to make pie when I was growing up, and it was amazing. Her crust was amazing. I
Really?
can't. I could do it, but I don't have the patience. You guys don't have the patience. So I got this recipe.
Okay.
The crust. You guys want to know what's in the
It's on
crust?
Yes.
top, right?
Yeah, the crust is on top.
Okay.
Probably not
you can
lard,
see that.
right?
I love.
Is there a little bit of lard?
That's why you took your
There's
corner.
butter.
Oh, okay.
Butter. Real butter. Don't use margarine. Use margarine on your toast and all that. But when you cook, you can cut right in the middle.
Okay.
Make it weird. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's like wearing mismatched socks.
To ruin somebody's
Don't
day.
have him do that.
So the crust is on the top, like they said. The pumpkin is on the bottom.
Okay.
So you make up. If you've ever made pumpkin pie, it's like your pumpkin, your evaporated milk, eggs, sugar, pumpkin pie spice, that stuff. Okay. You just make that and you put it at the bottom.
Really tasty.
And then for the top, you sprinkle
Okay, I made a
on
mess in the middle.
vanilla cake mix, just the dry.
Ooh.
Just dry cake mix, and then you melt not 1, but 2 cubes of butter.
That's why it's so.
That's why.
And you put it on the top, and I just use a fork, and I kind of make a little, barely, because you don't want it to sink. So that's why you put the powder on, and then you drizzle the butter really lightly. And then I just kind of lightly mix it with a fork, and then I bake it for an hour.
Okay.
And it is always all the way gone when I take it to parties. It is always a favorite. And so yeah, you get a rich vanilla. In fact, now that I eat crust, like just because crust doesn't have a ton of flavor.
No, it doesn't.
It's more the
Just the
texture.
crispy.
Yeah, it's the texture. But when you try this, it kind of ruins you. Now you get a rich vanilla flavor.
And I love that it's still warm.
Yes.
Did you literally just bring it,
Yes.
take it out of the oven?
You're so kind.
I literally just.
And did you literally just land this morning on a red eye?
I did.
And did you literally
say yes to us.
My
We're
gosh.
Just hypothetically saying, could you cook for us?
Yes.
So do
No,
you,
I wanted to. Yes.
do we need to teach you how to say no?
Stacy, are you suggesting that you're going to tell me how to say no?
I'm not.
Or maybe you've learned. You don't know how. Do
We've
you know
had
how?
some, yes.
Do you know how to say no?
Only because we've had some guests that have taught us properly to
Yeah.
lessen the load.
Right.
I just know that I have the rest this week to chill and relax, and so I'm not stressed.
I love that.
So
But maybe for you, and I know some people love to bake as a relaxation, or maybe that's their outlet. And that's
it's not.
No.
It's not. It's not everyone's.
right.
Well, let's talk about Thanksgiving.
Let's
Yes.
do.
Is
I
anyone
just
at
wanna
this
be the
table, is anyone here hosting Thanksgiving?
We are going up to our cabin this year, and we're all kind of hosting together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's your cabin?
Well, it's not ours. We just rent one
rent
with my side of the family every year. So we're going up to like
That's perfect. Rent
so not at
it.
your
Somebody
house
else
then.
cleans
Jeremy's
it up.
ranch. Yep. But
Okay.
we all
Oh
cook.
yeah.
Yeah. But my
Ne-
sister usually does a turkey when we're together.
Yeah.
Next question. Do you guys remember what age you stopped sitting at the kids' table at Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
Because I do not
That's
remember.
a good
I
question.
transitioned to the tween table. It's like you have the little kids and you have the medium.
depends on
and
how
then
many
the
kids are there.
Younger marrieds.
Maybe 8 to 10, probably in that range. But man, I miss those days because I'm an only. So it was my dad's side of the family. All of the cousins would come into grandma's house, and we would literally have tables between both of her living room. I mean, I wanted to keep all of my cousins. So when it was
So you
time,
loved it.
Oh, I loved it. Yes. And then when we would go visit my mom's side of the family in Colorado, she comes from a huge family also. Same thing, same experience, different foods, different experiences, but always wanted to keep the cousins.
okay.
So it's really more about being at a table where you want to be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
maybe it is more uncomfortable being at the adult table.
Me and Rhett are often shoveled by ourselves
Shoveled?
to the younger table.
Sometimes
like people will all sit and there won't be quite enough room, and we're like, we'll sit with the kids. We
Wouldn't
love
it be
that.
fun? Wouldn't it be fun though to hear their conversations about the food? Like, oh, this looks disgusting, or oh, I
Okay,
only like
so,
potatoes.
Totally. That brings me to that point. So,
getting
what
used
was
to
it when you were younger that you did not like?
Beets.
Beets?
I could tell you right off the bat.
Really?
That's the only vegetable I don't like, and I think it's because we used to have cranberry sauce, and I love cranberry, and I thought when I was eating a beet that it was cranberry.
Not the
The
same.
disappointment has scarred me forever.
Dirt compared to sweet.
That is very sad.
I've never understood why anybody eats a beet.
Oh,
I love
it's,
it.
oh my
Nutrition.
gosh,
Well, it
I
has
love
to be
them.
cooked really good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It stains.
I'm
Don't
all
put it on
about
your
yes.
Like it has to be cooked like, yeah.
Ew, even the beet greens are so good. The beets are good, the beet greens are good, but I'm also like, I really love those earthy vegetables too. So
That taste like dirt.
I will eat all
Yes.
the rest of them.
and potatoes.
You know
yes.
what? I was scared of the green bean casserole for years when I was younger. You know,
With the
beans,
onions?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, oh my
your
heavens,
favorite.
that's one of my favorites.
Oh, me
yeah.
too.
If you do a good little crispy onions on top and
Yeah.
good flavor.
I think your
Oh my
taste buds
gosh.
change as you get older.
They do.
Ladies, I wish
Well-
you all a happy, wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes. And I hope
Very
everyone has some
thankful
yummy
for you.
pumpkin pie.
Yes.
Well, no matter what it looks
This is
like.
delish.
So thankful
Yes,
for you.
thank you, Angela.
Our next guest is no stranger to Spanish Fork, and his service to this community is well known. Let's welcome Chad Argyle to the table. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome,
I'm
Councilman
glad to be here.
Argyle.
Yes, welcome.
For a little while longer.
So,
A little
you're coming
while.
to an end?
Yes,
Kid, this is so sad.
it's a good thing.
Is it a good
It's
thing?
been a really, really good experience for the last 8 years. City has changed so tremendously, and I've
You've been
been
part of it.
that. Was Stacy and us started the same time, and I've been a part of that, and it's been a good experience. What was funny is everybody told me, "Don't do that. All you'll do is get yelled at," and I have not had. I mean, we've had experiences where you've had upset, but most of the time it's been a good
Yeah.
experience. It's been positive.
Don't you look at it like it's been a true blessing in your life?
Yeah, it has. I've learned so much and met so many people, and
Yeah.
had the opportunity to rub shoulders with the council and the mayor and the department heads, and just be a part of that for 8 good years.
That's so great. What's been one of your highlights? I know that's hard to choose, or maybe even a couple of like things that stand out.
It's not, because the thing that, if I had to just say we did one thing and we accomplished one thing, it would be the All Abilities Park. Because it was such a awesome process that we went through. We were lucky to have 30 families that had special needs children come and just told us what they needed and and let us get into their life for just a few minutes. And it was such a awesome process that we went through, and we were able to meet a lot of their needs at the All Abilities Park, and that is you can't drive by it now, and there's always somebody there. And
It is. We pull out of our neighborhood and face right at that.
yeah.
And it's so impactful. Like it was so needed, and we didn't even know that until it was there.
Yeah, and the thing I remember the most was several of them, but one family in particular just said, it's a place that we can go as a family, that we can take every one of our kids, and we can go there and play with each other and have fun. And the things that are there that make it easy access and stuff like that just made it possible to do that.
Yeah.
And it'll be in our community for...
Well, on the other end of the spectrum, I do this with my kids. Let's talk about your highs and your lows. So that was obviously a great high. What maybe was a low?
Oh,
Just for fun.
yeah, probably some of the lows is when we're trying to pass something and everybody's... I think about the neighborhood Walmart, just for instance. We had a lot of content against that. There's going to be crime and all the stuff that went on, and now you can't even get to the neighborhood Walmart. There's so many people there. But that was so hard to get through.
Yes.
One of my favorites.
It was our
know.
secret for a minute.
In and out. No one there that you know.
Yeah, and I
Right.
just kept thinking, I'd like to go back and I'm sure everybody that uses it. And now there's some pretty nice businesses there, and there's some housing there, some higher density housing.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome, and they've added on once since they built, so.
And see, it turned
their business
positive
is doing-
anyway.
yeah,
Yes,
it
that's
did.
fantastic.
It did.
Yeah. One thing I remember about Chad, I'll probably say this when you have our last council meeting, where he's a quiet, calm personality, and we're riding in the parade this year, and it's the 5 of us, mayor's in his own truck, and we're just throwing out no, we're not throwing out candy, we're just waving because we have the youth city council throwing out candy, and we're just calm talking, and then he's like, do you guys know what I hate? And we're thinking, what? What do you hate, Chad? And he said, mismatched socks.
I
Do you remember?
Yeah.
You were wearing mismatched?
No, I wasn't.
He just said he hated that, and it
Everybody.
was so
Just
random,
how
and
cool.
we all just busted up laughing
Oh, my
because we're just
goodness.
like, that is the
that's
funniest,
so
most
sweet.
random
Yeah.
comment.
My grandkids come to my house, and that's the first thing I say, your socks don't match. I know, Grandpa, that's the way they're supposed to be. So,
Be glad that they have
Yeah.
on socks.
It's-
Because that could be the opposite to
Yeah.
that. And
Or-
now
or
we know
that
it to
they're
get you for
Yeah.
retirement, right?
Yes.
yeah, and
Socks,
then you go to the
mismatched
store
socks.
and they match, and that's so hard to me to buy socks that don't have matches. That would
I know.
drive me nuts.
I agree. I'm with you
Does it
there.
make sense?
Well, we all have a thing, right?
Yeah,
So what are you doing in your retirement? What are you going to do with all this time?
I'm not have so. 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to go work with the choir,
Okay.
the choir at Tabernacle and the bells, and that's kept me pretty busy. And it's been an awesome experience. I'm on the stage crew, and so I work with them, and it takes a lot of time to be up there and do that. So I'll be able to continue doing that. There's been times between the council and the board meetings and everything that's that choir, because usually I'm up there about 8 hours each time we go up. But it's been such a cool experience to be a part
So
of that.
you go up other days besides Sunday? Or which your main day do you go up?
Usually Thursdays and Sundays. They practice on Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. So they practice Wednesdays, the bells, and then the choir and the orchestra on Thursday, and then music and the spoken word is on Sunday.
And
So
Chad, tell us, how do you get there?
I ride the train most of the time.
The tracks,
Yeah,
right? Is that what it is? Yeah.
Tracks. I ride the front runner, and then tracks over to the Temple Square. And so, yeah.
You're an expert. I
He's a
still
fan.
not wrote it yet.
Oh, it's so-
guys.
Ever?
I need to know.
I haven't.
Oh
I
my.
have in Salt Lake,
Yeah.
but not down
Yeah,
from
no.
Provo.
It's so cool.
He loves it. He's
Yeah.
a big.
It's,
a big
just,
fan.
it's just easy and it's relaxing. And I have listened to so many books writing up there. I just put my AirPods on and listen to a book. And so it's been a good experience to be up there and doing that.
That's neat.
But
Gosh, you're so positive.
oh,
Everything
thanks.
is so positive for you.
The other thing that I hope to do, my career has been funny. So I was a paper boy. I always had paper, at least 2 paper boys. There's no paper boys no more. When I got older, I went to work for my future father-in-law. We hauled hay. And that's what we did. We went to Delta, picked up a load, come home, and unloaded the hay. And that's what we did every day. There's hay hauling. I remember the first big bales we hauled. The bales we hauled were small, 50 pounds to 125 pounds. We'd haul 522. We'd load and unload them. And I don't do that no more. So I'm kind of the last of the hay. And then when I went to work for the Quest Communications, AT&T, at that time they were a monopoly. Several years after that, they broke us up, and I've worked for AT&T, Mountain Bell, Quest, US West, and then CenturyLink before I
Oh
retired.
my gosh.
And now there's really not any telephone people anymore.
Yeah.
But the thing that was the most, I want to write a book and do some of this, but when we were hauling hay, there were so many dairies around here. Utah County, San Juan, San Pete, Davis, and Salt Lake City counties. And we hauled all these little dairies, and now they're gone. They're all gone. In fact, there's probably only 1 or 2 that I could even think of. And we hauled to hundreds of them. And so I've already started. I'm going to try and write a book, and I've already started doing
Wow.
that. And I want pictures of before and after. And I've contacted a lot of people. I know who they were, and we've hoped to get pictures because most of them are even gone. Some of them are still there.
Yeah.
But I hope to do that and write that and have some pictures. That's a time that's forgotten. People forget
So
that we
specifically about that
Yeah.
hay, when you did the hay
yeah,
hauling
and the
and
dairies
everything.
and the milk. How much of the milk and cheese they produced, and it's not here no more. And the government bought the cows out, and that's kind of paid them not to milk the cows anymore, and that's when they kind of disappeared. But it was hard work, but it was good work.
Yeah.
So,
Right,
and
yeah.
When you're young, you can do that. It'd kill me now. I'm sure it would. But
But some good manual labor rather
it was
than
hard.
looking at a phone all day or a
it
computer.
was. Yeah, absolutely. It was-
So you've already started. So once you wrap up council here in the next 8 weeks, you'll
Yeah, I'll
spend a little
start.
more time
I
on
need to
that.
focus. There's a couple of guys that work with me that I need to sit down with and talk because they remember things that I didn't in
Okay.
some of the dairies, and so. that's
and you'll
sort of-
publish it and
I hope to. Yeah.
And then-
it takes a lot of. I had some input, and it just takes a lot of research.
Yeah.
And that's, you get the research done and do all the stuff, and then write, and then put it all together.
do you
So,
have anyone helping you?
Not right now, but I hope to.
Yeah.
I have a couple of daughter-in-laws that are awesome at reviewing, because I'm not good at writing. Spelling is my weakness.
Uh-huh.
And so anyway,
But you have a story to tell.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I have
and
a story
history
to
to
tell.
share.
All my jobs don't exist no more. That's so.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
often
it's
like our
changing
grandkids will probably have jobs that currently don't exist.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to have you
Technologies.
back here sometime
That
when
would be
that's
great.
completed
Yes.
and
Yeah.
talk
Come and
to
share
us
your-
about
Yep.
And
that.
That would
Chad,
be
I
fun.
thank you for your service. 8 years
Thank
is
you.
a long time.
It is.
We do.
We've been
It's been
super
good.
blessed.
Thank you.
to-
Yes, I would
It's
agree.
been
To
a
serve, so.
good. Spanish Fork's still a great place to live and raise your family, and it continues to be that way, and I
Yeah.
think it will be, especially if she continues, which
Yeah.
she will. So.
She'll be
Well,
fabulous.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, Chad.
Happy
Thanks,
retirement,
Chad.
and
Yeah.
hopefully your socks always match.
They probably will.
We know what to get
Unless
for
I get older, then my kids will just do it on purpose to me. So.
Yeah, you won't be able to touch your feet and it will
Yeah.
just send you over the
Yeah.
edge.
Yep.
Oh, thanks,
So,
Chad.
Thanks
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you.
What did we learn today?
It was
Oh my gosh, yes, lots of
full of.
good information,
We had
right?
3 men. Have we ever had like
It's been a
3 men?
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time, huh?
Yeah. It's
So-
good to have Angela wrap things up. She's so dear to come and bake
Oh
for
my
us.
gosh.
Isn't that
Coming
sweet
back from
treat?
it. Yeah, trip. Got us got me in the pumpkin mode at least. I'm ready.
I feel like
Ready for
are we a
pumpkin
little
pie.
late this year? I feel like,
Maybe.
well, it's like November already, and October is when pumpkin officially starts, right?
Yeah, I
I don't know.
made
I
a
feel
couple
like I've been
batches
playing
of pumpkin
keep up.
cookies.
I did too.
But I was at Walmart today looking for spice cake mix to make,
Okay.
my pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and they were totally out.
You use that? I've never done that before.
You just dump in the spice cake mix, and then the smaller can of pumpkin, mix it up, and add chocolate chips.
That's so much easier.
It's
than
the
me
Weight
doing
Watcher
flour
recipe
and-
that's
Yeah,
been
it's
around
like
for years. That's
nutmeg
like
and-
2 things.
Oh, no,
Yes, yeah, no, don't do that. Don't hurt
They're
yourself.
tasty, but it's just a little bit.
No,
a
it's
lot
like
of work for me.
3 ingredients.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Well, we are into the season though. There's a lot of events coming up. So the Alpha One group, they have their event coming up on the 18th.
Yes.
Yes.
5 to 9.
Okay.
At the Ponderosa building. Go support a really, really good cause.
Yeah, he was so kind, so dear.
Oh, that's such an incredible story. And
Yeah.
that plasma donation at Grifols can really save
I
lives.
didn't even put that connection that they could be using other byproducts from our plasma and blood
Yeah, so
to help
cool.
others. I was just thinking.
It makes an impact for
Yeah.
certain.
Yep.
And then with the Rotary Club, I mean, they have events all the time and meetings twice a month
Twice a month.
that we can.
At Macy's, anyone
Okay.
is, you don't have to be a business, individual or anyone is invited, right?
And we did ask him off air. It's a quarterly due of $100 a quarter, which covers so many different things and goes into what they
And
do
includes your
to get
lunch at
back.
every meeting, and
Yeah.
so that's not that bad
No.
to be a part of a great service organization.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was fun to have Councilman Argyle here as he's wrapping up his last
Yeah.
2 months of city council.
Right?
And I
Yeah.
love his plans in the future.
Write a
I think
book
people,
and-
yes, usually have
Yeah.
a, kind of a set plan.
Yeah.
What they want to do, and love that. So we'll want to hear back from.
He's still
here.
out serving.
He is. Yep. Good
Yeah.
guy. Really
Well-
good guy.
Ladies, have a happy Thanksgiving and a good month.
Yeah.
It's a fun
November
season.
into December, guys. We're here. We're in the
We're here
holidays.
again.
Yep.
It is fun.
It does
Yep,
come
but it's
like
fun.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
The best time of the year.
good luck
Let's
getting
do it.
everything done.
We hope you've enjoyed the conversation and learned something new. Please share our program with your friends.